Hi, I'm Jeff Shipley. I wanted to give you my thoughts on retirement and unretiring and why I did it. I spent most of my career trying to become more useful to a company, more useful to a team, more useful to customers, more useful in a crisis, more useful in the room where the hard decisions had to be made. And for a long time, that usefulness came with titles, teams, budgets, responsibilities, and a calendar that was always full. Then I briefly retired. And one of the things I learned almost immediately was that I did not miss being busy nearly as much as I missed being useful. That realization became a big part of why we started Owl Signal Advisory. Owl Signal is not a typical consulting firm. We are not trying to build a massive organization. We are not trying to fill offices with consultants. We are not trying to create a model where the objective is to keep a client dependent on us for as long as possible. We are small on purpose. We are flexible on purpose. And we do this because we genuinely enjoy helping people succeed. I reached a point in my life where I no longer needed to make every decision based on the next promotion, the next paycheck, or the next title. That created an incredible kind of freedom because when you do not have to sell something, you can focus entirely on whether it is the right thing. When you do not have to maximize billable hours, you can focus on solving the problem. And when you do not need to be the smartest person in the room, you can spend your time helping everyone else in the room become more successful. That is a very different consulting model. Over a long career, you accumulate a lot of things that never appear on a resume. You learn what happens when a strategy looks great on PowerPoint but fails in execution. You learn the difference between activity and progress. You learn when technology really can transform a business and when it is simply an expensive distraction. You learn what good leadership looks like, and unfortunately, you learn what bad leadership looks like too. You make mistakes, you recover from them, you watch other people make mistakes, and after enough years, you start recognizing patterns. Shortly after I retired, I wrote that experience like, that does not belong in a storage unit. I still believe that. It seems almost wasteful to spend decades learning things the expensive way and then simply walk away with all of that knowledge locked inside your head. If something I learned can help another leader avoid a mistake, why wouldn't I share it? If our experience can help a small company make a better decision, why wouldn't we help? If we can help a nonprofit stretch limited resources further, why wouldn't we? If we can help an entrepreneur get to the right answer faster, avoid unnecessary pain, or see around a corner they have never been around before, that matters to us. That is where our desire to give back becomes our client's advantage. We are not walking into an engagement trying to figure out how much work we can create. We are trying to figure out how quickly we can create value. Sometimes that means developing a strategy. Sometimes it means challenging one. Sometimes it means helping build a sales model, rethink technology, improve an operating model, prepare for investors, navigate a difficult vendor relationship, or simply sit across the table from a leader and say, I've seen something like this before. Here's what I would be thinking about. We are comfortable telling a client when they do not need us. We are comfortable saying that an idea is not ready. We are comfortable challenging the popular answer. And we are equally comfortable rolling up our sleeves and helping someone get something difficult done. That flexibility is possible precisely because we are small. There are no armies of junior consultants. There is no pressure to manufacture a 12-month transformation program when 12 hours of the right thinking might solve the problem. The people you meet are the people doing the work. And the experience we bring was earned by actually being accountable for outcomes, not simply advising the people who were. Our value is not just that we have experience. A lot of people have experience. Our value is that we can bring that experience into an organization in a way that is practical, direct, flexible, and immediately useful. We are not selling a methodology. We are not selling a platform. We are not selling a predetermined answer. We are selling judgment, perspective, pattern recognition, access to people who have sat in the chair, carried the risk, owned the budget, answered to boards, led teams, dealt with customers, made difficult calls, and lived with the consequences. Our clients are not handed off to someone they have never met after the contract is signed. They get us, senior people doing senior work, and because we are intentionally small, we can move at the speed of the problem. Sometimes that is a few hours helping a founder think through a decision. Sometimes it is several weeks helping a leadership team create a strategy. Sometimes it is fractional executive leadership. And sometimes it is simply asking the question nobody else in the room wants to ask. Our goal is not to become indispensable. Our goal is to make our clients more capable. We want to transfer knowledge. We want to build confidence. We want to leave behind better decisions, clearer priorities, stronger leaders, and a path forward. And because we are not driven by the need to maximize the size or duration of every engagement, we can be very candid about what a client actually needs. If the answer is 2 meetings, we can do 2 meetings. If the answer is 6 months of fractional leadership, we can do that too. If we believe someone else is better suited to solve the problem, we will say that. If we think you are about to spend money you do not need to spend, we will tell you. If we think the strategy is wrong, we will challenge it. And if we believe in what you are trying to accomplish, we will care about the outcome like it is our own. That may be Owl Signal's most important differentiator. We care, not in the marketing sense of the word. We care whether the person sitting across from us succeeds. We care whether the organization becomes stronger. We care whether the mission advances. We care whether the decision being made today creates a better outcome tomorrow. That is why we work with businesses, entrepreneurs, nonprofits, and leaders who may never hire a traditional large consulting firm. They do not need 100 consultants. They need the right experience at the right moment. They need someone who can walk into complexity, find the signal in the noise, and help them determine what really matters. That is where the name Owl Signal means something to us. Wisdom and clarity, seeing what others may miss, finding the signal when the environment is noisy, and then helping people act on it. So yes, I can give you a list of what Owl Signal does. Strategy, technology, revenue and go-to-market, operating models, executive advisory, fractional leadership, transformation. But those are just the vehicles. What we really do is help people move forward. We help leaders make better decisions. We help organizations avoid unnecessary mistakes. We help teams turn ideas into action. We help people see possibilities they may not have seen on their own. That is why we started Owl Signal, not to build another consulting empire, not to make another living, but to take what we have learned and put it back into the world in a way that helps someone else. My desire to give back is their gain. That is our business model. That is our value proposition. And that is why Owl Signal Advisory exists. I used to think retirement meant stepping away. What I discovered instead is that sometimes the best thing you could do with everything you have learned is redeploy it. Owl Signal Advisory is our way of doing exactly that. And if, along the way, we can help someone build a stronger company, become a better leader, pursue a bigger mission, avoid a painful mistake, or reach a place they might not have reached without a little help, then we have already been paid in the way that matters most. Come check us out. We built Owl Signal with the vision of the type of partner that we were always trying to find when we were on your side of the table. We are pretty sure you will be pleasantly surprised